I am a person that used to travel a whole lot. I don't travel quite as much as I used to, but that's actually starting to grow as I delve into more interesting subjects. But one of the things that's always in the back of my mind, as I'm sure that it is in the back of your mind as you get on an airliner, is that we have the most qualified and best people in the cockpit and also helping us up and down the aisles with our needs. That is always something in the back of my mind. Now, let me jump to this next part. So, what is a dog whistle? A dog whistle is something that calls your attention, or it's actually supposed to call a dog without him really being able to hear it. It's kind of like a high pitched sound that we might not pay attention to, but the dog's ears are sensitive to it because that's just how they are. So, what is a racist dog whistle? Well, it's basically language that is encoded with racist undertones to call your attention to something that you really shouldn't be considering in regards to race. So I have a statement here, and this statement was from the White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, and she was asked about hiring policies. And they made some hiring policies about, of course, about what's DEI. And then after we have just as a nation went through two and maybe even three devastating plane crashes after people that were appointed, not elected, were allowed to go and start gutting the our airline industry of technology and qualified people. She made a comment, and the comment simply said, "Do you pray your pilot has a certain skin color?"
Just to put a fine point on this, because this is the third or fourth question I've answered on this subject. When you are flying on an airplane with your loved ones, which every one of us in this room has, do you pray that your plane lands safely and gets you to your destination, or do you pray that the pilot has a certain skin color? I think we all know the answer to that question, and it's...
I pause. Why would you say that if you were not trying to call attention to someone's skin color having something to do with their qualifications to have a job? Now, I am absolutely quite sure anybody that steps into the cockpit of a plane has had to go through many, many rigorous tests and qualifications to be a pilot in that plane. And the audacity to use a phrase like that, and you're supposed to represent the White House? I found it disgusting and a shameful, and not only a dog whistle, but to cause fear, unneeded fear, by people who are simply trying to travel. But, however, this has been kind of swept under the rug and kind of forgotten about. And to call attention to something that is completely has nothing to do with anything is outrageous and shameful. And to do it with a smile at that. My only wish is that all of her flights have a black flight crew, pilot and co-pilot. I know. Well, if they're qualified, what difference does it make? Has nothing to do with the color of their skin, and it has everything to do with the opportunities that they are presented to them. Fair opportunities. Someone made a comment talking about, do I support the government enforcing racist policies? It has nothing to do with the racist policy. It has everything to do with someone having a fair and equal opportunity to represent. How? I ask you, final question, is how do you think the U.S. would fare in the Olympics if everyone, especially people of color, were not given a chance to participate? Things that make you go, And I hope this doesn't fly under your radar.